What's happening, you guys? Alrighty. Today is the 17th of November, Sunday nights, and we are currently heading northbound on Interstate 43 in Wisconsin. Alright, so we are on our way to Green Bay Cheesehead Company, Cheesehead Land, whatever, to make a delivery of I'm waiting for it on what I picked up, Smithfield or something. Oh man, I think it's like yogurt and stuff, whatever, from because it's the General Mills load. I forgot about it. It took me a bit. I'm getting so used to doing a lot of Smithfield and Tyson type of loads, whatever, that I forget that we do a lot of General Mills as well, and that's what I'm actually hauling. So came out of Kalamazoo, Michigan. I think I've logged that one, and you hopefully saw that one already. If you haven't, check it out. I think if I have it on there. I don't know, I forget. Anyway, so we got a 1900 appointment time. It is right at 1800 now, or just about 1800. ETA there, you see there, is just after 1820 or 6:20 p.m. It's going to be going to a Super Value. Now, I've been to Green Bay a number of times pretty much always for pickups at the JBS beef plant over there. So it's going to be my first time going to Green Bay for something other than to pick up a load of beef from JBS. So, and then this place we're going to actually is fairly close to downtown Green Bay. We're going to pass right by the exit that I used to go to the JBS plant. Just a few, basically right on the other side of the river from where the JBS plant is at. The first exit after you cross the river, it's off that street. Alright, so that's what's happening. I also do have a pre-planned, actually two more loads already pre-planned onto that eventually will get me over to our terminal in Sapulpa to get that, whatever that snitcher camera AI thing is. I don't know what you call it. So that's what's kind of what's going on up ahead. We'll talk more about where we're going after the delivery at the end of the video, though. Alright, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to spend this much time talking about what I want to talk about, but why not? I'm going to go ahead and bring it up, and then if I can't discuss the whole thing or whatever I want to, what today's topic will be within the time before we get to the customer, I don't know, I might just go ahead and run a little high speed, or who knows. Maybe just come up with some random bullshit that I don't even know about right now. I have other stuff I can talk about, but I only have one specific topic in mind for this video. And that topic would be the issue of driving in rainy or snowy or icy, whatever kind of conditions with cruise control. So I don't know any trucking company or CDL school or whatever out there that does not teach you to not use your cruise control when you're in wet or icy, whatever kind of conditions. Even just wet conditions. Now, I'm not such a big proponent of that myself, and so there's different ways you can look at this. One, there's two elements of this first, okay? So the first part is what's getting you out of control first when you're in those kind of situations, and then once you are out of control, what contributes to you not being able to recover it. So there's two different things going on there. I am of the opinion that your cruise control alone is not going to be a contributing factor to you losing control of the vehicle. There are there's actually a few different factors that, in my experiences, both not just as a trucker, but also driving my personal vehicle in rainy conditions and even snowy. One is having worn tires. If you're, now tires have what you call a hydroplane limit generally. That's why they don't want us driving on tires with a less than 2/32 tread depth on the drive tires or trailer tires. And then on steer tires, the limit's 4/32. It's not that you can't go further down with the tire wear, but the problem is if you start driving in wet conditions with a tire that's worn that much, now the grooves there are not as deep, which means not as much water can displace from underneath the tire into those grooves. So your tire actually has a good, as good a connection to the road surface itself as possible. All right, so worn tires are hugely responsible for a lot of these hydroplane incidents. Now there are other factors in there like driving too fast with those tires. Even though when you're on like straight and level road, I've actually in my car when I had worn rear tires. I had one case at least that I can think of where I'm doing like 70 miles an hour with worn rear tires, and the car started to kick out on me on the back end, and I had to counter steer right away. And of course, when you have that kind of thing going on, do not let off of your throttle. If you let off your throttle, there's a better chance that you're going to lose control of completely lose control and end up crashing. Now there are other truckers, actually Larry Miles, he's like the god of all truckers, if you guys, if you will, in a way. And the fact that he has over 10 million miles, close to 11 million from my understanding. Now a lot of people are like, how the hell is that even possible? Well, he's been driving since the Vietnam War era, or right around somewhere around there. Now, he used to drive for JCT, and that's how I know him. He drives. Last I heard, he's with R.E. Garrison now. I don't know if he's still there, but anyway, he one of the things he taught me when he was at JCT is, like if you have any kind of axle skid, doesn't matter what kind of axle skid it is, one of the things you can do is to put the transmission in neutral, and then just let off everything. Don't touch any pedal. Just put it in neutral and do whatever counter steering you need, and it'll correct itself. Now, I have no experience trying it that way. I don't know how effective it is. I have to believe that if someone with his kind of miles, and mind you, a lot of his miles came running in Canada and Alaska. He's done ice road trucking and all that kind of stuff. So that guy has a lot of experience with those kind of conditions, or at least I would think he does. So I have to think that there's some kind of truth to that. But it's not the way that companies and CDL schools will teach you to do it now. And in fact, when I was training people right after they get out of CDL school, I always made it a point to quiz them on their very first day of driving my truck. What do you do if you have a steer axle skid? What do you do if you have a drive axle skid? What do you do if you have a trailer axle skid? Generally speaking, the simple solution is don't let off of your throttle, and definitely don't touch the brake pedal. And just put just enough counter steer in to basically keep the truck rolling in the same direction. So if I want to go this way, I want my steer tires pointed this way. I don't want them going that way. If your steer tires are pointed this way while you're the back of your truck or your trailer on that side, you're more prone to overcorrecting, and then it's going to whip back around and pendulum around, and now you have to steer even harder back in the other direction, and great way to lose control and crash. So put just enough counter steer in where your steer tires are basically pointing in the direction of where you really want the truck to be going. It's counter steering, but like I said, you want the tires to be pointing straight down the lane, not over toward the other side of the freeway or over here off the shoulder or something. Alright, so anyway, kind of going a little in the weeds here, I guess. But yeah, going too fast, because I had noticed that it wasn't even very wet at that time in my car. I would say just a little damp. But going that speed with that kind of tire is all it took for me to experience a slip on my rear axle. But thankfully, like I said, I knew how to counter it. Just put just enough steer in and keep throttle up or steady, whatever, until it corrects back. And this was a front-wheel drive car too, so which makes it easier because with the front-wheel drive car, if you keep steady or even a little bit of throttle in there, well, the back of the car has eventually got to do whatever the front of the car is doing. So, but you don't want to whip too hard. So, I got it back under control very quickly, and then as soon as that happened, I got my speed back down to like 60, 55, whatever, realizing, okay, this isn't smart. Now, I have had a couple of times in, was it my Peterbilt? Might have been my Peterbilt, the one before this truck. I both times was in rainy conditions in San Antonio, Texas. I had one time, well, the first time I was transitioning from, I get them mixed up, I-35 to I-10, whatever it was. I'm coming westbound on 10 ultimately, but there's a couple of different routes you get, because 10 and 35 run concurrently over there in one part, and then there's another route you can also take that, alright, I think I missed my exit because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I don't want to go that way, so yeah, I was supposed to hit that interchange right there. I'm going to get turned around and we'll fix that. That's on me. I wasn't paying enough attention to what exit I was by. Alright, anyway. So, cruise control, in my opinion, is not going to get you out of control. It's not going to put you out of control. The problem that you're going to run into with cruise, trying to make sure there's a ramp to get back onto the other side, yeah, because it still want me to take that same route, so I'm looking, where's the on-ramp at? I don't see an on-ramp over there. Is it a Cloverleaf? Oh, it is a Cloverleaf. Okay, I see the car over there on it right now. Okay. I want to scout ahead, that way I know what I'm getting myself into before I get over there, so I know what lane I need to be in to get back on the correct way. Alright. Like I said, you're out of your mind if you think you're going to lose control of a truck with your cruise control on. So, best thing to do is don't put yourself in a position where you can lose control in the first place. Which means don't drive so fast and don't drive with worn tires particularly. And in the case in San Antonio, both of those times I hydroplaned on that same shift was because I was rounding a curve too fast for the situation. I can kind of try to use this as a defense, but it's not really a defense. I was transitioning in a curve, and I had to yield to the traffic that was already on the transition road. But thankfully there was no traffic there, but I'm like worried that with my weight and speed and all that, it's even worse if I hit that that pinch point there at too low a speed. Because I could hardly see, even there wasn't much visibility behind me, from the other side, so I was worried about that. These guys, yeah, alright. There's nothing saying I can't turn here. But anyway, yeah, I ended up, I think it was my drive axle kicked out to the left and started trying to jackknife me, so I had to really quickly steer left to counter it and just kind of hold a little bit steady throttle. Thankfully, I was able to very quickly get it back under control and keep it in my own lane. But then I hit another curve down there, and I think some of that where here's another part is what kind of road surface are you on? Not just with is it wet, but also how wet is it, and what kind of basic road surface is it? Like right here, it's basically like a textured asphalt, I guess I would call it. Those, to me, are more resistant to loss of control. But now, if you're on more of like a concrete or something that it's not so textured, there's a better chance that you're gonna experience slips in those kind of conditions. So you got to be a lot more careful on that kind of surface. So if it looks to me, if it's a wet surface and it looks like shiny at all, then I'm gonna use extreme caution on it. And I'm gonna not put any more G-force, lateral G-forces on the truck in the curve or turn, whatever, than I absolutely need to have. Because yeah, I've already had that experience before, and it's kind of an unnerving experience. Never mind the fact I got out of it. I shouldn't have been in it in the first place. And on top of that, like, what would have happened if someone was in the lane next to me when that went on? The first skid, I stayed in my own lane, thankfully, but the second skid, when I corrected, I ended up in the next lane over to the left, and I was like thinking my lucky stars there was nobody in that lane. So I was like one of those lessons learned the hard way. Hey, back it off. These conditions and all this totality of conditions here are not good. Alright, let me get moved over before this guy tries to block me. Monroe Road is the one that I believe the JBS plant is off of. Yeah, if you just go north a couple miles up that way, JBS plant's right over there. We're going to get on the other side of the river. It'll be a cloverleaf off-ramp though. Okay, now where cruise control can get you in trouble is when you're already out of control. And then, depending on what's going on there, like, how is the cruise control, the truck going to react to it on its own if you have your cruise engaged? Is it going to spin your tires, or is it going to try to let off your throttle when you don't want to be letting off of it at all? That could be what's going on there. So, like I said, you got to be, I'm not going to lie, I use cruise control when I'm in wet conditions, but I just stay at a low enough speed, at a speed that looks like it's appropriate for both my equipment and the road condition, and what the situation is. But I'm also, when I'm doing that, because I got this button right here on the center of my right side of my steering wheel, just like that, all I have to do is hit that to cancel my cruise. So I'm already ready as soon as I keep my thumb on that. That way, if there's even a hint of a loss of control, I can hit it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and advocate doing this, okay? So don't take it this way. You know, if you really want to be safe, go ahead. Don't use cruise control, and that way you can't have it being a possible factor and if something went wrong, like if you crashed or whatever. But for me, yeah, just, I mean, plus I can override it with my my accelerator pedal still, and also if I want to do the Larry Miles style, I come over here and hit the switch stock here, whatever, and switch it from forward to neutral, and that's it. So, but you gotta be, you have to have it rehearsed in your head what you're going to do. You can't be sitting there trying to think about, oh, hey, it's like get me on the jiu-jitsu mat. You know, if there's stuff that I'm already trained on how to do, like how to counter this technique or how to use this technique, whatever, or particularly countering a technique. Like someone puts me in, like say, a triangle choke or something. You're going to have a lot of problems if you have zero practice whatsoever, both in terms of just practicing the maneuvers for muscle memory, or even being in a sparring situation against a resisting opponent who's really trying to choke you out. That's not the time to be learning how to expecting that you're going to know how to counter it. Let's practice, and know exactly. Let me slide over. I don't know if this lane's staying. I hope, because there's the river right here. First exit after the river, we're gonna get off at. It's the same way with trucking or driving your personal vehicle. When you're in a situation, when you're already in it, it's not the time to be trying to learn or how to deal with that. That's why so many people end up crashing in those situations. First, they don't know how to keep themselves out of the situation in the first place. And then once they're in it, they don't know how to react to it properly. They panic, let off their brake pedal. Or they hit the brake pedal, let off their accelerator, whatever, or they oversteer. That's all what I call panicking or spazzing. On the jiu-jitsu mat, yeah, we call that spazzing. Like the white belts when they're first learning, they don't know what they're doing. Yeah, we call them spazzes because they'll actually, the white belts can be the most dangerous because they don't know how. It's like with spiders, or whatever, scorpions, spiders, whatever kind of venomous animals. The adults know not to give any more than they absolutely have to get to safety, and that's all they're trying to do. But the babies don't know how to control how much they really need to inject to accomplish what they're trying to do. Alright, so we're going to be making, this is kind of a weird interchange here, guys. Let's get this turn made real quick. The same thing. That's my point is, you need to practice because you're not going to get any real spar or whatever type of experience with these loss of control situations unless you're actually on a skid pad, like with a practice skid pad truck. I've heard stories that is it Snyder or Werner or somebody? My trainer ended up telling me about this. I don't remember which company it was. It could have been Snyder, might have been Werner, whoever. It was somewhere up here in the northern part of the country, though. Because Werner's main terminal is over by Omaha. And I guess, but it might have been Snyder. Someone, they have a skid pad and a specially rigged truck. Yeah, I guess they have a specially rigged truck with these, whatever on the sides of it, whatever. So I'm not familiar with it myself, so I don't know how to describe it. But my understanding is the truck is specially rigged so you can intentionally lose control on the skid pad and practice getting yourself out of those I screwed up situations. Now, and it's also rigged so you can't possibly overturn the truck or jackknife it. I don't know, those of you guys from whatever that company is, maybe you guys can give some insight into that. But I heard that, that's a really good way, but most people don't get that kind of practical experience and practice doing that kind of thing and knowing exactly, from experience doing it, how to do it very quickly and correctly. You have to react quickly and just the right amount. If it's too much, you're gonna you're gonna, like I said, just cause it to whip back in the other direction or something and aggravate your problem even more. Or, like I said, hitting your brakes. That's not gonna do any good either. Okay, this light up here, we're gonna make a right turn at. I see that other truck. That's a dry van. It looks like. Gonna make the right turn here on a Potts Avenue. And it looks like we'll have a stop sign there at the end of the street, and then a left turn, and then another left turn. And let's see. So my whole thought is, it's not that big a deal if I use cruise control. Just don't let myself be in a position where I can lose control in the first place. Know what factors can possibly cause you to hydroplane. Worn tires, smooth, too smooth and non-porous or textured as road surface, and wet or snowy or icy roads, generally. Now, I did have one time when I was with a bunch of friends, like a car club, doing kind of joyriding through an area. Well, one of the guys with us was on a motorcycle, and we were over there by Fontana, California, going up Lytle Creek Road, up toward the top end of it there. And okay, there was a stream of water. Which way you going, car? I can't tell what he's doing. He's not going that fast, but I don't trust that he's going to stay that way. Okay, after this guy goes, I'll go. Alright, well, anyway, I got through it just fine because there was this water going right across the road, actually at a curve. I don't know if I'm supposed to turn in right there or somewhere else. Let me get out of the way, and then... Okay, look like this might be it. I don't know. Yeah, there's a guard shack over here. Okay, this looks like it might be correct. Alright, so that's my thought on that. Definitely don't want cruise when you're actually out of control, but I don't see what the big deal is with it if you don't let yourself loose. Alright guys, we're checked in here. There's nothing really to the process here. Guard fills out whatever info on this paper, and then we'll give it to you, and then we'll just come up here and check in by door 22. Looks like door the 40's over here, so. Okay, so I see another one of our trucks sitting right over here, so I guess this will park up here by the fence in front of that other truck that's in front of the other JCT. I'm guessing this right here will be our or somewhere over here must be our check-in area. It's kind of dark there. No parking beyond this point. Okay. Well, at least, yeah, there's 22 right there. Okay. So let me get the trailer over there a little bit closer to the fence. And we'll get it here in front of KB. I don't want to get too close to his front end, so I probably have more room than I think, because it's always like that, where it looks like you're about to hit them, but you're still like 10-15 feet away from them, even when it looks like you're about to hit them sometimes. Okay, let me get checked in, figure out what we're doing next. Alright guys, we are checked in and got a dock door assignment right away. It's behind us though. So, what I think I will do is get over here on this side and then we'll back up to it. She did say slide your tandems if needed to get into the lock system, basically, but she left me with the impression that it's not necessary to slide tandems, but I mean, if you can get into the lock system with your tandems where they already are, that's fine, but I'm watching that yard mule over there. Come on, dude, go around. 28 shouldn't be too far past the end of the building here, because 22 is that first door right there. I'm going the quote-unquote wrong way. That way, if any traffic is coming at me, it's coming at me from in front of me and not behind me. Alright, let's see where... Alright, yeah, this guy here is docking into 25, so... Let's get past this... light post right here, and then should be enough room for me to get, yeah, so I can turn toward here. Alright, lots of space here, since it's nothing occupied anywhere near my dock door, which should be okay. I'm right to the right of that light that's right in front of, not that one, but the one just to the left of in front of us. Like I'm a little late there, but I mean, I'm a little wide, I mean. Yeah, that door right there, that's the one I want. Okay. Something that rookie backers do a lot of is try to chase it too early. Don't do it. Don't try to line back up with the door before your trailer's ready for it. Square up. So my number one goal there was get the tandem squared up with my door first before I try to chase it down with the tractor. Come on, gonna get into reverse. Thank you. All right, look like we're lined right up now. So that line right there on the left side of the truck. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get my doors open now. Now, I'll probably go ahead and slide the tandems anyway, just to be sure. Alright guys, we'll get tandem slid and bump this dock. Oh. Do I still have any pins locked? No, it looks like we're good now. Yeah, look, they have a standard ICC bar type trailer lock system on here. Come on, don't jerk on me too much. I'm past, I was gonna say, I can tell I'm past the lock system. Good? Yeah, I think we're good. Alright, it is 18:46 local time now, or 6:46 p.m. for those of you guys who are time challenged. Alright, so she did say that Capstone is the lumper for this company, and so they're doing the usual way that Capstone does it through they'll send you a text message on your phone, and then you pay through the relay system. All right, see how this goes, and we'll get out of here soon and let you know where we're going next. All right, guys, we are done unloading here. Been done here for probably a better part of an hour, but ended up having an OS&D claim, though. Let me fix that. It's kind of pointing a little weird, I guess. I need a little bit more room to get my left trailer door open since that guy is over there. Alright, I'll tell you what we're doing next. Alright guys, so we're to head out of here. So I ended up having an OS&D. Had 40 cases short of one product. I don't know what it was. One case damaged of something else, but they kept it. And then one case damaged of cinnamon rolls that I was told I can keep. Maybe not that. Probably won't keep that container, but or that package. But the rest of them, I'll do what I can. I hope I'm going the right way through here. I don't know if this is a one-way lot or something. Let's see if we're... Okay, yeah, she's waving me through. Okay. Let me get out of yard move then. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna get my belt on and out of yard move so I can actually go to driving status. Alright. One thing, so I wouldn't call this place the fastest on the planet, but, I don't know, I would say it's that bad, I guess. But then again, it's almost 11 o'clock and I had a 7 p.m. appointment time, so. But keep in mind, though, probably a good hour of it, or close to an hour of it, was time spent thinking that my people actually had seen the OS&D claim that I submitted. They did not. So I sent in a message asking, hey, just want to double check that you guys got the OS&D report. And dispatch said, no, I don't see it in here. But he said, go ahead and call the OS&D department and see what they say. So I called them up, and turns out, yeah, they did indeed have it. And very quickly, she told me I'd go ahead and dispose of it and send my empty call and leave. So, and I haven't done very many OS&Ds with her spot. So, and then there are times when sometimes when form submissions get put in on that app, like whether I'm submitting something for like a truck or trailer problem that I need to get worked on. Sometimes I find that doesn't get picked up by them either. Like our road assist department, they don't always see them until I ask about it, or sometimes they even have to resubmit it. So it's like really weird with that, wonky with that. All right, is there room for me? Yeah, it looks like there should be enough room for me to get between the train tracks and the limit line. I hope. Pretty close. We'll get up past this limit line on purpose to make sure that, yeah, we're good. Alright. I want to make absolutely certain I wasn't going to end up with the back of my trailer sitting on top of the tracks still. Okay, so, yeah, that's been resolved, and now we are on our way to, before I even tell you where we're going next, I need to point this out. The lumper fee here at this place was freaking exorbitant. Now, I'm not one of those guys who really gives a shit how much the lumper fee is. It's not my problem. As long as I get reimbursed for what I have to pay for it, that's, it doesn't matter. It's ultimately not my problem to worry about. I'll get paid for it. I'll get reimbursed. But, yeah, when they sent me an invoice for $845, I'm like, holy shit, why is it so much? That is obscene. I couldn't believe it. And, because the Hirschbach, their limit is $600. Like, they'll automatically approve it, like, right on the spot. The computer will actually automatically approve it if it's 600 or less. But Because it was that much that I actually had to get a message saying that my DM, it's delayed and that my DM's been notified. We're going to get on to 172 right here, heading westbound. Take that over to Interstate 41. Alright, so I'm going to be reloading tomorrow morning, picking up a beer load. Pabst, basically Pabst Brewery. Pabst Blue Ribbon in La Crosse, Wisconsin. That's right on the Wisconsin and Minnesota border, right there now, pretty much right next to the Mississippi River, along Interstate 90. So that's what's going on. I will be vlogging that. That'll be my first time going to that particular location. So where's the already? Oh, this is it right here. Okay. This is weird. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna call this one a night. All right. Hope you guys. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this. And all right, I will see you guys probably in La Crosse on the next one. All right. That picks up tomorrow morning. I think like 8 or so. So all right, I'll see you guys then. Have a good night.